Hello everybody, Sticks here with the Token Minorities, bringing you another deck on Pokemon TCGO, and today, I know it has been a while since States happened, but I found this deck way too cool to pass up the opportunity to do a deck video on, and that is a deck centered around Mega Rayquaza, piloted by Finton, I believe is his name. If I said it wrong, I apologize. But before I get into the deck, just a reminder that if you like this video or found it helpful, please leave a like, drop a comment, and maybe subscribe. It helps us out a lot and lets us do more for you guys. Now, like I said, this deck is centered around Mega Rayquaza EX and is all the way back from States. During regionals they did more expanded stuff, and I will be bringing you some expanded decks. I decided to venture into that a little bit, but for the time being I am just going to bring you this Mega Rayquaza deck, and you all know what Mega Rayquaza does. Emerald Break, 30 times the number of bench Pokemon. With Skyfield you can hit for tons and tons of damage, and this deck is so incredibly fast and powerful. As for the attackers, obviously it's going to be Mega Rayquaza, so we are running 3 of the regular Rayquazas and the Mega Rayquaza, and I'm running Connor ran 2 of the Dragon Rayquaza, I think just for the weakness, if anything. I mean, you can attack with Rayquaza EX, but it's really not what you want to do. You want to be attacking with Mega Rayquaza, well, 99% of the time. Well, actually, I would say 90, considering they have some solid backup attackers in this deck, but the regular Rayquaza EX is there just to not get knocked out against like Night March or something, who can hit the regular Rayquaza for weakness. We're also running 4 Shaman because, I mean, Skyfield, you're going to have the bench spots, so might as well run 4 of the Shaman just to get as many cards drawn as possible and fill as many bench spots as possible. And I would like to point out that while I do have full arts of everything else, I actually made a conscious decision not to get the full arts of Mega Rayquaza and regular Rayquaza, just because I actually find this artwork cooler, so I apologize for that, but that's just a personal preference of mine. And one thing I forgot about Mega Rayquaza is it has this Delta Evolution ability. You may play this card from your hand to evolve a Pokemon during your first turn or the turn you play that Pokemon, so you can just lay down a Rayquaza and immediately evolve it. That is phenomenal, especially on your first turn when you might not have a Spirit Link or something like that. Well, you can't attack anyway, so you can just use that turn to Mega Evolve. That is just absolutely great to have. Running the 4 Shaman, like I said, a 1/1 of Zorua and Zoroark. Zoroark, that stand-in ability, just basically rush in, retreat, all of that stuff to keep things from being locked active. And also, I mean, Mind Jack is a great attack in a pinch. We're also running 2 Jolteon EX for the Flash Ray. This is just completely a shutdown to Night March. It stops it cold, I mean, unless they have Lysander and stuff like that. And also, Jolteon has free retreat, so play it on the bench. It is never a bad thing to have, and also is a 1 energy attacker, so 99% of the time you won't want to use that. I know I use percentages a lot, but sometimes Swift can just come in handy if you're like, hey, I need 30 damage, so, I mean, slap an energy on Jolteon and use Swift. So Jolteon is so good in this deck, along with Aegislash as another kind of Night March deterrent, just kind of stall for time when you can get a Jolteon built up in the background, and Aegislash does prevent the special energy attacks with Mighty Shield. And then, because we're running so many EXs in the deck, I am running 2 Hoopa, well, Connor is running 2 Hoopa EX to be able to just play that down and get everything out. I mean, this deck is so fast. I've had so many times where I can just get a full bench of 8, turn 1 and a couple Mega Rayquazas just because of Hoopa and all of the acceleration this deck can do. As for the items, we are running 2 Battle Compressor just to get some stuff in the discard, mostly for energy and supporters to be able to use VS Seeker and Mega Turbo. 3 Mega Turbo to be able to power up our Mega Rayquaza in 1 turn if we need it. 4 Puzzle of Time to reuse stuff in our discard pile. One kind of cool thing you can do is if you have 2 Puzzle of Time in your hand, you can Battle Compressor away something that you want and then play both Puzzle of Time down, grab that, and just play it right down. It's really cool kind of synergy that it has. 1 Sacred Ash, just because you don't want to use Super Rod in this deck, because you want to have the basic energy in the discard pile, and I mean, if you're not getting basic energy with Super Rod, you might as well run Sacred Ash because it allows you to put more stuff back into your deck. 4 Ultra Ball, because Ultra Ball is absolutely amazing. 4 VS Seeker to reuse all of our supporters. 1 AZ to pick up a Hoopa or a Shaman or something like that. 1 Hex Maniac to shut off abilities. I mean, that's really all of our abilities are one-time things except for Aegislash, and Aegislash you're not going to use all that often, so Hexmaniac is good for just playing everything out and then being like, hey, you don't get abilities during your next turn, so that is great for that. 1 Lysander, because Lysander is amazing. 3 Sycamore, because you want to just draw cards and get consistent draw support. 1 Skyla to grab like a Spirit Link or something like that, or a Skyfield. 1 Xerosic to slow down those pesky Seismitoad decks. And I mean, just discarding tools can be really helpful at times. 4 Skyfield, because, I mean, you want to run the max possible because our attack is contingent on having a bunch of Pokemon on the bench. 2 Floatstone for the Zoroark, and then, I don't know, slap it on a Hoopa or an Aegislash or something like that. Floatstone just gives you free retreat, so feel free to use it, but do use it wisely. 3 Rayquaza Spirit Link, you don't need to run more than 3 because you're not running 4 Mega Rayquaza and you only need it for that one turn. 4 DCEs, I mean, everything in this deck functions on DCE. And then 4 regular energy, just because, I mean, that helps Jolteon, it helps Rayquaza, Mega Rayquaza with the Mega Turbo and stuff like that. And you'll notice this deck does not have N. This was before Fates Collide came out, so N was not released yet. However, this deck still functions very, very well, and I mean, it might only benefit from 1 or 2 copies of N just because Sycamore gives you such that guaranteed draw support and stuff like that. But anyway, I'm done rambling. Let's just go ahead and see this deck in action. Alrighty, we have found one against Jay Blaze with a Psychic and Dark deck, so it might be like a Darkrai Hypno or something like that, but either way we have the advantage, so you know what, even though that means absolutely nothing, I'm just going to say we have the advantage because we're using such an awesome deck. We do get to go first, so that is great, just in case this is like a Trevenant variant or something like that with Dark types or something, I don't know. We do get to go first, and do get to use our items. We start with actually a pretty... you know what? It's a solid starting hand. We get a couple Jolteon, we get a Shaman to be able to draw more cards. Luckily, that stupid little pesky Wi-Fi thing went away. And I mean, I don't need to play anything down. I'm going first anyway. My opponent starts... my opponent starts Shaman. That means he does not have a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and play the Skyfield, play the Shaman down, draw a couple more cards, and I might even be able to power up the Jolteon and... okay, there we go. I get a Hoopa, which means I can grab like a couple Rayquaza and a Shaman or something like that. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and grab 3 Rayquaza because I have a Sycamore. A Shaman would only draw me 1 card, and I kind of want to save those for later. This is kind of painful because I will be getting rid of 2 Skyfield, and I have 1 in play turn 1, so like I said, that's painful, but hopefully it won't matter all that much, and I get a bunch of VS Seekers. But what I think I'm going to do is just go ahead and Ultra Ball, get rid of, well, 2 of the VS Seekers to grab a Mega Rayquaza, I think. Or do I want to grab a Shaman? Nah, let's just go ahead. Guaranteed Mega Rayquaza. And this is what I love about the Delta Evolution. It ends my turn right now, but I couldn't attack anyway. Jolteon has that free treat. So we are just in an excellent, excellent position. That was a phenomenal turn 1. I will be able to knock out the Shaman next turn. I mean, barring like a... well, I guess even a Headringer. Okay, I guess my opponent just concedes. We had a too perfect of a start, and I guess he really didn't have anything going. So, yeah, I mean, that'll just be the first one, and let's go ahead and see if we can find another with this deck. Alrighty, we have found another, hopefully longer game against Raikou. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh boy, it looks like we're going up against Night March, which means Jolteon and Aegislash will actually play a huge, huge role in this game. We do get to go first, which, I mean, I guess since it's Night March, it doesn't really matter that much. I could have gone second, but I decided, you know what, let's just go first. I mean, oh, okay. Well, this isn't bad, but it's not the greatest either. I mean, I know I'm not going to lose turn 1, and ooh, my opponent has to mulligan. Wait, this isn't a Night March deck. Awesome. Okay, well, I'm definitely glad I decided to go first then, but what I can do is go ahead and immediately get a DCE onto my Mega Rayquaza and immediately Mega Evolve up. Hopefully get a draw support of some kind, like a Hoopa, a Shaman, something like that. Well, we do get 3 cards, so... okay, there we go, Ultra Ball. We are all good, so let's go ahead and play the DCE there. Spirit Link all the way up to Mega Rayquaza. I think Skyfield first. and then play the Ultra Ball, get rid of the Hex Maniac and the... yeah, let's get rid of the Mega Turbo because I can always attach next turn to grab a Hoopa. Ooh, I only have one's prize. That's something I'm going to have to keep in mind. Let's go ahead and play that down there. Grab 3 EXs. I think I want a Rayquaza and 2 Shaman for the draw support. Kind of hoping to get a Battle Compressor or something like that. Let's just go ahead and play this Rayquaza down, play the Shaman down. Yes, draw until we have 6 cards. Well, I mean, we get something, so let's go ahead and Ultra Ball. Think get rid of the Puzzle of Time and the Mega Turbo. I know I'm getting rid of my Mega Turbos, but I really don't think I need it. Just to grab a Jolteon, play that down there, play the Shaman down. I want to keep the Skyfield just in case my opponent counters our Stadium, but it looks like they play it too, so it won't be that huge of a deal. Let's grab a Spirit Link onto that guy. And I could have played the Skyla, but I mean, it really doesn't matter that much. I think I'm in such a good position that I didn't even need to play a supporter that turn. I kind of just wanted to keep the Skyla, I don't know, just as kind of an insurance. I mean, I guess I had the VS Seeker, so that was a little bit of an oversight on my part. I don't know, I think in my mind I discarded the VS Seeker in the Mega Turbo, even though you guys see it right there. So it's okay, I'm just going crazy and I'm losing it. Okay, I guess it doesn't matter because my opponent concedes. That is just fine with me. I mean, I will take those free versus points. Aw, we don't get one of the 3, but we actually did not have the advantage that game, so that's even better. So we get extra coins, but anyway, that's obviously not going to count either, so let's just go ahead and try to find another one. Well, we are 0 for 2. Let's see if we can go 1 for 3. In terms of having a good match anyway, and it looks like we have found one against a dark deck. We do have the advantage, so darn, looks like we won't get those extra points, but if this is an Yveltal deck, we might be able to use Jolteon to great effect in terms of like knocking out baby Yveltals and preventing damage done to me. And well, speak of the devil, we even start with one. I mean, I know this doesn't look the best, but it really isn't that horrible of a start per se. I mean, I won't be able to really do much at all this first turn, but what I will be able to do is slap an energy onto the Jolteon, go for a Swift. I mean, it really won't do much because I mean it's not even affected by weakness. So that's a bit unfortunate, meaning I won't get that precious 60 damage. But what I am going to try to go for is a turn 2 Flash Ray in order to be able to knock out the baby Yveltal and then, I mean, just kind of be immune to my opponent's basic Pokemon's attacks next turn. And I see a Battle Compressor that would be scary if I saw fighting types in this guy's deck. However, we saw that it's just pure dark, or dark and normal, or something like that. But either way, we know that there is not a Gallade, so I'm not too worried about what this Battle Compressor will find. I mean, he'll probably just throw in like a Sycamore and a couple Dark Energy, or like a Sycamore Lysander Dark Energy, or some combination of supporters and Dark Energy to be able to use Oblivion Wing to its full potential. And it looks like my opponent is taking its sweet time. I mean, I guess Jolteon is just way too intimidating to even try to take on, but I mean, okay, so he does get rid of it, and not a big deal. I'm just kind of sitting here. I really don't have much strategy that I can think of for my hand at this point, because I mean, it's play an energy onto Jolteon, go for the Puzzle of Time, make sure I draw something good next turn, and that's really all I've kind of got going right now. I mean, my opponent does get rid of a Delinquent, Lysander, and Hex Maniac. Not really that bad to see. I mean, Delinquent can be annoying, but at this stage, I mean, I don't have anything anyway, so it wouldn't be the end of the world if he made me get rid of like the Rayquaza Spirit Link, the VS Seeker, and a regular Lightning Energy. And looks like my opponent won't even attack. Well, I guess he couldn't attack. And okay, I just get another Lightning Energy on Jolteon. You know what? I'm not even going to bother with the Swift. I'm just going to go ahead and Puzzle of Time, and I think I can work with this. Yeah, I can definitely work with this, because what I can do is just go ahead and grab a Rayquaza, Shaman, and I think Mega Rayquaza next turn, or maybe like 2 Rayquazas and a Shaman or something like that. And what's nice is my opponent can't even Mind Jack at this point, just because it won't be doing anything at all. And there we go. Alright, I think I'm finally going to get something going. So let's see, what do I want to go for? Obviously a Mega Rayquaza, Shaman, and regular Rayquaza. I don't know, wait, do I want another Shaman instead of Mega Rayquaza? Nah, forget it. I'm just gonna go for it. There we go. Well, I wanted, can I have the other two, please? There we go, that's better. Let's go ahead and play the Rayquaza down. Nope, not the Mega Rayquaza first. Spirit Link, then the Mega Rayquaza, so my turn doesn't end. And I do have to be wary of the Mind Jack, which is why I'm only going to put 2 things on my bench for the time being, just to get another knockout. And also this way I will get the most efficient Shaman next turn. I mean, I'm just in a very, very good spot right now because my opponent has to rely on... Okay, so he gets a Zoroark break, so he'll be able to use Flash Ray. That's annoying. And, oh, okay, my opponent just ends... that's fine. Hopefully I'll draw a Skyfield and like a Mega Turbo DCE combo. Well, there's the Mega Turbo. I could Skyla for an Ultra Ball. I have the Skyfield in my hand. So I think, I don't know, my opponent is just going to go ahead and Flash Ray me. I mean, it'll be a 3-hit knockout, which can be annoying, and because I have a Mega Rayquaza, so I think actually that's, oh, this is perfect. What I am going to go ahead and do is Skyla for an Ultra Ball. I think I'll be able to win this game this turn. Well, I mean, assuming I get a DCE. Let's go ahead and get rid of that energy, grab a Hoopa. Thank the Lord both of them are in the deck and not prized. Play the Skyfield down. Go for... I'll just save the Mega Turbo. Go for the Hoopa to grab, I think, a couple Shaman. And... yeah, another Rayquaza, just in case I draw a Rayquaza Spirit Link somehow. Then I'm going to play the Rayquaza down on the bench. Going to go ahead and Mega Turbo, get 1 energy onto the Rayquaza, and at this point I am just fishing for a DCE, because as soon as I get one, I win. 4 cards, fingers crossed, don't get anything. Well, we get a Rayquaza Spirit Link, so hopefully we can draw a couple more off this Shaman. Come on, DCE, please DCE. Please? No? Okay. Well, what I do get, actually, is another Ultra Ball, so I can fish even further through my deck. Let's go ahead and grab another Shaman. Gonna go ahead and play the Float Stone onto... yeah, sure, this Hoopa. I like this Hoopa better. The Rayquaza Spirit Link onto Shaman just because I need to dig. I need to dig so badly just to try to get a DCE or something. I don't get anything. That's frustrating. Well, I'll just Battle Compressor. Well, there those 3 guys are. Let's go ahead and just get rid of... yeah, let's get rid of an energy, a Lysander, and then... I don't know. Oh, that's frustrating. I could have won on this turn. Oh, well. I don't know. I think I'm just going to go for a Swift because that'll go through Flash Ray, and then next turn I'm all but guaranteed to get a DCE just because I can play the Jolteon down and then play the Sycamore to get some more cards. And well, my opponent is going to be able to Mind Jack for a metric crap ton of damage right now. I mean, that's, what is that, 7? That's going to be 220. Jeez. But again, like I said, all I need is a single DCE and I win. So, I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and promote the Mega Rayquaza just because I need that DCE so badly. Play the Jolteon down. Alright, come on, there's 3 in the deck. I'm drawing 7 cards right now. What are the odds? Okay, good. I even had a potential Ultra Ball for a Shaman, and you know what? Maximum damage. Let's go for it. Emerald Break for 240 damage. Luckily, my opponent wasn't able to get anything else out, so we do win that game and even get a nice little second puzzle of time. And alright, we do get another mystery box. That is pretty awesome. And hey, you know what? I've got time. Let's just go ahead and try to find one last one with this deck. Alright, we have found a last one. Let's see if we can bat 500 to end this live on a high note. And it looks like, I mean, Pure Water, I'm guessing it's Greninja or Mega Gyarados or something like that. We do win the coin flip. That is very nice. So we will get to go first. Just, I don't know, start setting up and just start killing things. So, I don't like that start. But, I mean, at least I have a Hoopa that I can, like, try to get stuff going with. So, I mean, it's not the end of the world. What I can immediately do, I think, is Ultra Ball probably, yeah, get rid of the Sycamore and the Mega Turbo to grab, I think, yeah, let's just grab a regular Rayquaza. That way I can play the Rayquaza down, play the Skyfield down, play the DCE onto it, and then I can just grab a couple Shaman and another Rayquaza with the Hoopa. So I think that is what I'm going to do. Grab one Rayquaza. Do I want to grab two? I think I want to grab two and a Shaman. Because, I mean, I know I have the Sycamore in the discard pile, so I might as well get as many Rayquaza out as possible. And even if my opponent counters a Stadium, that's what I'm worried about. If my opponent counters a Stadium, I'll just lose all of those Pokemon that I played onto the bench. So I might as well keep the ones that allow me to draw some more stuff and just go from there. And alright, this is very nice to see. Get a couple Spirit Links. Just gonna play it onto the Dragon Rayquazas, I think. Yeah, I like you guys better. Let's go ahead and I think Skyla just cuz grab... What do I want to grab? Yeah, let's just grab a Float Stone for the time being. Play the Float Stone onto the Shaman so I can retreat next turn. Go ahead and go for that. I think I'm going to Ultra Ball, get rid of the Zero Sick and the other Ultra Ball. Just because. Let's see what else is there to grab. I think, yeah, let's grab the other Hoopa to be able to, I don't know, do stuff. Let's go ahead and grab 3 EXs. I think I'm going to grab 2 Mega Rayquaza and the Jolteon. Just, I mean, I have run through so much of my deck at this point. Well, I mean, I have, I think, 2 Pokemon left or something like that, and I will be able to get 2 Mega Rayquazas up this turn, so that is absolutely great. Play the Jolteon down there, and then I think I will retreat into just the Mega Rayquaza to be able to attack next turn. And a little bit of an oversight on my part, I just realized that I should have saved the Mega Rayquaza in my hand. Well, actually, you know what? Never mind. That is fine. What I was going to say is I should have saved the Mega Rayquaza for if my opponent manages to get a bubble off and get rid of, well, and paralyze Mega Rayquaza. If I was able to Mega Evolve it, then that would be just fine and it wouldn't matter at all. But my opponent does just go ahead and Starling Megaphone, so even if he does paralyze me, that was still the proper play. Well, at least I'm hoping that it works out. And okay, my opponent grabs a Max Potion. So basically, I just have my fingers crossed that he does not get a Bubble Heads, because that would just make me kind of cry. But we do see the Rough Seas. That is a little unfortunate, but we only need 6 Pokemon on the bench at a time to be able to one-shot a Greninja, well, a Greninja Break, and we only need 5 to be able to one-shot a regular Greninja. So, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I don't need the really, really high damage output that Mega Rayquaza is capable of going for. So at this point, I just kind of have to pray that my opponent doesn't get a Bubbleheads, because at this point, if he doesn't, I think we win, because it doesn't look like he has anything else at all. I mean, that stupid little bursting balloon. Okay, so my opponent will get something else out. I mean, I still don't want the Bubbleheads, just because that gives him another free turn, and I won't be able to do anything, even though I would have been able to knock out that stupid Froakie. But, alright, Bubble Tails. Alright, so we will be able to absolutely destroy that Froakie. Let's play this there. Go ahead and go for a Sky Field. And you know what? I think I'm just going to go ahead and do that Puzzle of Time. And I'm not sure I'm going to play out my hand, just because I do like... Yeah, I like having the Hex Maniac, because that will be my ticket to just absolutely shutting down Greninja in this deck. 'Cause I mean, like, if you're able to shut off their abilities, you will be able to win with no problem, because the maximum they can hit for in one turn is just 100 damage with, I think, a Muscle Band. What is it? I don't... Moonlight Slash, I think, is what it's called. I haven't used a Greninja Break in a while. But, okay, my opponent even gets a Silent Lab. Well, that is why I kept the Skyfield. So, glad I did that, and glad I'm holding on to my hand, and what I can do next turn is just play the Skyfield back down. Oh man, my opponent only has 1 Frogadier. Well, that's absolutely phenomenal for us. What I think... Yeah, let's just go ahead and play this regular energy onto the Mega Rayquaza on the bench, get something powered up in the background just cuz. Play the Skyfield. play that right back down, play the Shaman. I want to play that before I play the Hex Maniac, because otherwise I'll play the Shaman down and won't be able to draw anything, and I will just look kind of stupid. And okay, I even get a VS Seeker, so I'm just going to go ahead and play that Hex Maniac now, keep any Greninja shenanigans from happening, knock out that Frogadier, and take another prize and just be one step closer to winning. So we're just in such a good position right now. I mean, I have a Rayquaza powered up, I just need a DCE or something at some point. I'm able to shut off their abilities completely to where they really can't do much of anything at all. So my opponent will be able to get a Greninja out, but he can't knock me out. I mean, even if he managed to get like had like a Wally in his hand. Okay, so he just goes for a Moonlight Slash. I mean, we win. I'll be able to knock this thing out with an Emerald Break, so let's just go ahead and play the Aegislash down and then win the game with an Emerald Break. I mean, that's why I love this deck. It hits so hard, so fast. You're able to get a Mega Rayquaza up turn 1 and potentially Emerald Break for 240. Like, if you go second, you can hit for 240 damage immediately. That is absolutely insane. So Connor, congratulations on all your success. I highly recommend that you guys try this deck out. It is so very fun, so very consistent, and so very fast. So thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff. And this is Styx signing out. Why not? See you guys.